What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We are here with the one and only sports magician, Mr. Jake Schwartz. Jake, thank you for being here. It is wonderful to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. I just saw Jake recently. He was a awesome entertainer. It was a great show. Um, and I
Thank
thought it'd be great to have him on here.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you for coming out to the show. I'm glad you had fun and I'm happy to be here.
Of course, of course. Okay, Jake. So I just have a few questions here for you. Um, just wanted the people to get to know you.
Yeah.
You're wonderful, as I said. Um, of course. So, my first question was, what was your time like with the Savannah Bananas?
It was awesome. It was a really great experience. I learned a whole bunch from them, which was great. I did 3 years with the Bananas. So I started with them when we were at the smallest minor league venues in the country, and my last shows with them were at Major League Baseball stadiums. So it was really cool just to be with them, just to grow with them in real time. And I would not be doing the theater shows that I'm doing now if I hadn't learned what I learned from them, just about creating an experience, building fans, all of that kind of stuff. And it literally, it was just the perfect thing. It was just the perfect thing at the perfect time, and it was a really really cool experience.
I love that. That's awesome. So after that, you became a sports magician. What factors led you to becoming a sports magician?
Yeah, so basically, I was doing the show and I was trying to figure out how do I tell people who haven't seen this before what this show is. And so I was like listing out all the things about the show. And by the way, if you're watching this and you haven't seen me or you don't know me or you don't haven't seen the show yet, the idea behind the show is that like every magic show is basically the same. It's they're all very similar and they've all been done a very similar way for a very long time, where it's like very mysterious, it's very procedural, and it's very much like thinking about your own thoughts and like all of this kind of thing. And that's just not me. Like I'm not the guy who goes out on stage and says, "Take a look at the cards. Now give me the cards. Now put the cards over here. Now cut the cards. Now think of something else." And it's just all procedure. And so I wanted to create a magic show for people like me that was really the opposite of all that. Instead of being slow and mysterious and procedure, it was all going to be story and experience and premise and bit based. It was going to be high paced. It was going to be fast. It was going to be loud. It was going to be an electric atmosphere. And so that's why I call the show the most electric atmosphere in magic, because it is. And so I'm sitting there with all of these sort of criteria for everything that I want my magic show to be. And I'm thinking, how do I tell people what that is? Like, how do I describe this to people in a concise way that's very easy to understand? And that's when I realized I want people like me at the show. I want sports fans at the show. And that's kind of when it clicked. Okay, I'm going to not only try to have sports fans, people like me at the show, I'm going to actually make the show the world's only magic show for sports fans. And that was the way where I could communicate to everybody exactly what this is, exactly who it's for, exactly what makes it different, and what the show is all about and what the experience is like.
That is great. I don't think I ever heard of like sports magic before I saw your show, so that is super cool how you came up with that. I love
Well,
that.
that's because it doesn't exist. I'm
Sure,
the
sure.
only one who's doing it.
True. So speaking of sports, I know you're a big Philly guy.
Yes.
How are we feeling about the Jalen Brown trade?
Great question. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I have been kind of, as I think a lot of people have, somewhat checked out on the Sixers for a little while, just because it's like wake me up when they get past the second round at this point. And I just even this year, like trading Jared McCain to the Thunder, I think he had a 40-point game in the
Yeah,
playoffs. Like, what are we doing? So I just really did not have very much faith in what was going on. And now I'm back in. I'm probably a sucker again, but all of a sudden I'm back in. And so we'll see what happens with LeBron. But I was not expecting it. And so I think that's one of the more fun things as a sports fan is like, not only does your team make a blockbuster trade, but it was completely out of nowhere. And it was like, oh my God, not only did we get Jalen Brown, they took Paul George.
yeah,
We were trying to get rid of Paul George. They took him and gave us Jalen Brown. So it was just a crazy. I still do not there's a part of me that's worried because I'm like, do the Celtics know something that we don't know, that we're really like somehow getting the worst end of this? I don't know. I guess we'll find out, but at least in the moment it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I assume that's how you feel. He is a former Finals MVP. People like to forget that.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I think that was a great move. Paul George, he's off his game. I don't know what's up with him. And the two first round picks probably are gonna hurt maybe a little, but like for a Finals MVP, that's what you got to do.
But the thing is, I have seen the Sixers pass on uh, Devin Booker. They passed on Jason Tatum. They traded with the Celtics to pass on Jason Tatum. Like they passed on Bridges. Like I've seen them just pass on exceptional talent after exceptional talent. So do I trust the it's like the Cleveland Browns trading for first round picks. Like I love the Browns. What are they going to do with those picks? Like the answer is probably not what they could do if you just got somebody who you know is going to be good. So I'm really okay because I don't know that I try. I mean, I know it's a new regime and all that kind of stuff, but I don't know. I don't trust the Sixers to do well with those picks anyway. So I'll take the guy who's already a Finals MVP.
It's funny you mentioned the Cleveland Browns. You're talking to one of the biggest Cleveland Browns fans in the world.
Yeah, so
Um,
you know more than
yeah,
anybody. Like you've seen the jerseys with freaking 50 quarterbacks long. Like it's you can get the first round picks. Who are you taking? Like what are you doing with those picks? And that's where it is really all the difference.
exactly. Yep. It's not been easy all 17 years of my life, but
Yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah.
yep. Just it's probably just gonna get worse, but I kind of just expect it now that it's been 17 long years of nothing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, it's you're not alone, and there's plenty of fan bases like that. And when they finally get it done, it's going to be incredible.
Oh, hopefully I'm alive still, but
Yeah.
uh, okay. So on the topic of sports, I just was curious, who are some of your favorite athletes you've ever watched?
Great question. I tend to like, and I think just being in Philly, Philly greats tend to be really good on the whatever they're on, the ice, the field, etc. And they tend to have high character, which I know people don't assume, just because Philly fans are known for kind of being scumbags and things like that. But I've always liked the people like Brian Dawkins,
Oh,
who's an extremely high performer and he's a high character individual as well. Even like on the Flyer side, you look at like somebody like Rod Brindamore, who I know he's with Carolina, but like that guy worked out all the time. I love going to the gym as well. That's one of my hobbies. So, he's somebody that I think of. But even now, like Jalen Hurts, who I love the quotes. I know people make fun of him for the corny like Jalen Hurtsisms, but I love him. I love that kind of stuff when you're not only trying to be a good athlete and good at what you do, but you're trying to be a good person as well. And I would say those are my people. But just anybody who I had the opportunity to meet Shane Victorino, who's a very nice guy, and people like him where you don't have to question whether or not they're giving it their all, whether or not they're totally locked in. And I think in Philly especially, that's all we ask. Like the championships we hope for, and they're great when they come, but if you come here and you give us everything you have, that's all we can ask for. And in turn, that's what I try to do in my show. Like, look, I can't guarantee that everybody's going to like me or get my sense of humor or like the show, but I can leave it out there on the stage, all of it, every single night. And that's what's most important to me.
I got you. Those are some great ones. Bryant Dawkins, that man was a stud. He was a
Yeah, yeah. He was ruining a lot of people's days back
yes,
in the
he
day.
was. Which Philly team do you think ends up winning a championship first of your Philly teams in the next few years?
It depends if the Flyers get Leo Carlson. That could directly uh, impact things.
It could,
So the next team that will have a chance is going to be the Phillies,
of course.
and they're so I don't know. That's a tough question. Which one ends up? I'm going to say the Phillies because I'm going to say they finally get it done this October. That for whatever reason they somehow Like the Phillies will go as far as the middle of their lineup will take them. They could use another pitcher and they could use like one more bat. And that's like kind of where they're at. But the reality is like the Marshes, actually Marsh is having a great season, but JT Realmuto, like Trey Turner, Alec Boehm, and Bryson Stott, like that middle of the lineup there, if one or two of those guys gets hot, we're golden. If they all go cold like they have recently, then we're screwed because Harper and Schwarber can't do everything for a team. So, um, but I'm gonna bet that they put it all together. I'll say the Phillies win this October.
So that's funny actually. I'm a Guardians fan, obviously. My second team would be the Phillies because I've been to, I'd say, 4 or 5 of their spring training games up in Florida.
Really?
Yeah, and the baby blue unis are the greatest MLB unis of all time.
I agree. I love those. Yeah, the Cardinals have some great baby blue ones as well, but those powder blues for the Phillies are legendary.
Unbeatable, man. Unbeatable. Yeah, I'd love to see another Phillies World Series. I agree.
You
Uh,
and me both. I had fun. There were a couple years ago where they knocked out, I think, the Mets, something along those lines, where we ended up beating the Rangers to help you guys or something like that. And then the Guardians helped the Phillies. So it kind of worked out well. It's a really nice stadium, by the way, in Cleveland. I'm
oh,
going to be in Akron August 8th. So if you're listening to this, you're from Akron, come out to see me there. But I've been to the Guardian Stadium, really nice stadium, and they had really good food, I thought.
the food there is great. Have you seen the big screen? Isn't it just awesome?
Yeah, it's awesome. Really, really nice, really fun ballpark. And yeah, it was cool. I got stir fry there. So that was like I'm a big Chinese food, like any Asian cuisine I'm in. And so the fact that I got to get stir fry at the baseball game was like, I'm in. I'm in.
I love that. Okay, so I'm gonna move to where you're good at. I'm gonna move to the magic area here in the question.
Yeah.
Um, Without giving it away, what trick are you currently trying to master?
Um, Master is an interesting word. I change little things about the show every night. And so that could just mean something as small as a little pause here or a little bit, different pacing there or different wording here or there. And all of that impacts the trick. It's you kind of separate it from my point of view. Like I write and then I figure out what trick is going to be best to tell that story. But at the end of the day, it all is intertwined and everything affects everything else. There are a few different parts of the show that that I've thought about maybe splitting into two. So routines that are a little bit longer that I go, okay, maybe if I just cut this in two and I can have like an extra magic trick and it'll still feel like it's all one big show, but you're actually getting like kind of two sort of separate routines. And so I've thought about that's what I'm working on right now. Other than that, the show has gone through like a lot of variations and a lot of tightening up and polishing. And so it's more little tweaks now to make it like take it, really over the top and really make it dialed in as opposed to making wholesale changes, if that makes sense.
That makes sense, yeah. Yeah. Another question I had was, what is your go-to magic trick?
It depends on the situation. In a close up situation, I have a couple different ones that are my go-to, which is great. So, like, if you're somebody like me, where I started off doing private events and corporate events and things like that, and I still do them from time to time. But when you're doing magic for like a cocktail hour, something that I always recommend for young magicians is you want to have like four go-tos. And the reason is because in that setting, you could do one of your go-to tricks for somebody else, and they go, "Oh my God, that was amazing. Can you do one more?" And you go, "Absolutely." Now you've done your second go-to routine. They go, "This is amazing. I have to show this to somebody else." Or even I've had people say to me at a corporate event, "I've been really wanting to strike up a conversation with my boss, with the head of whatever from the national whatever. Can you help me?" And so, yeah, I'll go with that person. And then I'm the introduction. And they go, "Hey, Sergeant, you got to check this out." Now I'm on to number three of my four go to. So, you see what I'm saying? So, when you have four, you're kind of covering all your bases in that scenario. With regard to the stage show, the Jersey trick, if you've seen the show, you know the Jersey trick. So, I know you know the Jersey trick. That is probably the longest tenured trick in that show. I created that trick a long while back And obviously, it was a perfect fit for the world's only magic show for sports fans because it uses a jersey. And so that I would consider my go-to, quote unquote, if you want to call it that.
Perfect. That's awesome. Do you have a magic trick here for us today?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
So here's what I'd like you to do. I want you to imagine that you're taking a trip, okay? And you're actually on a plane and you look over next to you and there is someone there, someone notable, someone famous. It could be an athlete, it could be anybody. It doesn't matter. But you look over and you see somebody that we would all know, okay? And I want you to imagine this person in your brain and you can name them whenever you're ready. You can change your mind. You can keep who you initially first popped into your brain, but just name this person out loud.
I'm gonna say Caleb Wilson, newest Chicago Bull,
Caleb Wilson. Okay. Newest Chicago. Where did he come from?
North Carolina, my boys.
Oh, very nice. And so I just want to be clear here for everyone watching at home. Like, this is not something we set up. Like, I did not tell you. And that was a true off the top of your head moment right there. And then, even I'm going to ask you some more questions. Like, I want these to be just off the top of your head. You're making this up just right now. This is not preset or anything else. Am I right so far?
Yep.
Okay. So I want you to imagine you're going with Caleb Wilson, and you're going somewhere. The plane's got to land somewhere, but first the stewardess comes down the line, and she's got snacks on her cart. This could be anything, whether it's realistic for an airplane scenario or not. But you and Caleb are about to you're about to share something, some sort of food, some sort of snack. What are you sharing with Caleb?
I like the Sprite on planes. It tastes really good.
Okay, so plain Sprite,
Yep.
not plain regular Sprite, airplane Sprite.
Yes. Yes.
Very nice. Okay, I'm always a ginger ale guy myself.
Ooh.
But all right, last question for you. The plane lands. Where have you gone? Where are you going?
We're going to Treasure Island, Florida.
Treasure Island. Where is that? Is that near the Phillies spring training?
It's close, yeah. I just went there over spring break, so that's what I had at the top of my head.
Oh, that's really funny. Now, again, I just want to be clear. Like, we did not set this up. These were all things that you have made up just right now in the moment, correct?
Yep.
Okay, something I want to point out to you. If you look back here, I have a little duffel bag right here. Can you see
I
that,
see.
that duffel bag? Okay, it's been there since the very beginning of the show. Okay, have not
Yep.
touched it. All right. Now, I'm just curious. If you look, can you see the
Yeah, I
luggage?
see it.
Okay, you can see the luggage tag. This has been here since the very beginning. We did not set any of this up, but I want to do this very slowly, and I want to make sure that you can see. The luggage tag is affixed to the duffel bag here. I'm going to remove it. I'm going to try to keep it in full view of your camera the entire time here. Let's see. All right, that's out of there. And it was, who were you going with? Caleb Wilson
Yes, sir.
going to, what was it? Something Island?
Treasure Island.
Treasure Island, and you're having the Sprite on
Yep.
the plane. This has been on camera. If you rewind this interview back, it's been here the entire time. This luggage tag is for a bag that's actually not mine. It's for Caleb Wilson to get
Wow.
some Sprite and head over to Treasure Island.
That's incredible, man.
Thank you.
Wow.
And safe travels to you and Caleb.
Oh man. Well, that was unexpected. That was wow. I can't believe that.
That's kind of my thing.
It is. So, Jake, I wanted to thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope I didn't take too much time out of your day or anything.
My pleasure. No problem at all.
You guys can go check him out at Jacob Spades on all his socials. Please do. He's wonderful, as I showed you. Um, yeah. When this gets up, I'll make sure to send it to you and everything. And yeah, I got a cover for the video ready for you. I can't wait to send that to you as well.
I love
Um,
it.
yep, I appreciate all you've done here. You're helping me a lot. So yeah,
Thank you. My pleasure. Best of luck with the show, and I
thank you.
appreciate you having me on.
Of course. Thanks for being here.